and then it's giving outsiders a lot more arsenal for this stupid ass rhetoric that he is sitting down and copying BURNA'S moves and branding and everything. All right. Next up, we're looking at ADEKUNLE Gold AG Baby. You already know. AG Baby has been biggest and the most intentional transitions we've ever seen an artist go from like being, I guess in a lot of ways, traditional and taking a lot of juju influences and bringing that to a Nigerian. Over time, he was able to make a transition into a lot more universal and mainstream audiences, and we've seen that from his artistry, we've seen that from his branding. I just say that to say that he has another moment right now with Party No Dey Stop, one of the biggest songs in the year. Now he has visuals for it, and there was a lot of conversations that went around these visuals. I'm seeing this for the first time, but I've seen the snippet. I've already seen the talking points. From the snippets already, you can get a gauge of what this is going to be like, and especially with the fact that the song is it's a party song, right? It's a party song, and the snippets already indicated that it's not really of a party atmosphere that we're in right now. Let's loud it. Okay. All right, we've already been hit with so much in like 13 seconds. Let's actually watch it before we talk about it.
I'm not moved by what I see.
Okay.
I know who I be. I just want my be. Party no dey stop.
Dude, they're having a party still. I can see it. The party that is happening right there. I used to, on my first listen, you probably have seen it, on my first listen review, man, I had the issue that the hook itself was not ADEKUNLE Gold's best effort in terms of pen. Like, song saying Party No Dey Stop when we pop. Something you can just stomach and look over. But essentially the entire feel of the song, the verses, the tone of the song, the subject matter of him being bigging up himself and saying, I'm not moved by what I see, I'm determined, and he has been on that wave for so long in terms of determination music and not giving a fuck about what his haters are saying. So you can definitely resonate with that aspect of the song, right? And again, it's a party starter. It's a party starter of a song. See, verse of the year.
Say me I know they for free cause
the Lord don't consign me.
I know they put my foot to no consign me. Kinda slow but I'm always on time. Aje, tibaja de top e waga. Tiba ti fe mule na baga. Me where I don't I on baga. I go get time for waga. Everything I know made in China.
Verse of the fucking year, bro. Visually speaking, I like where he was. Okay, they kind of had Kano's beautiful. Wow. Stunning, guys. Stunning. The cost alone of these. Hey! The budget's there, Sha. The cost alone. I'm seeing all these flowers. I mean, sure, they might look synthetic, but regardless, Owo Kudi is being spent. Rabba, they're spending here, man. Okay. Okay, the outfit. Like this, like Kelegbe Megbe. This is reminding me of Kelegbe Megbe in a lot of ways, right? There's another conversation to be had, bro. There's like 3-4 conversations to be had about this music video. But we'll try and keep it down. We'll try and keep it down as we finish this video. That's it. Okay, how are we gonna even start and address this thing, man? First off, the first and easy one is on the nose, is right there. Party No Dey Stop. But we're not in a party. Like I don't see a party anywhere. I mean, sure, you can have the ancestors partying, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same when it's not in the context of what a party looks like today. Like a very good party. And the opportunity was there. It was right there to make an actual party visual. And the song obviously champions that. It's literally, it's a juvenile, like very straight to the point hook. Party No Dey Stop when we pop. yeah, we up. You know what I mean? Like, you're partying. And there's none of that here. And there's none of that. There's nothing that captures a party mood. I wouldn't say high has a better connotation to a party than this right now. And high is about like getting high on substances. Do you know what I mean? But high on energy, essentially, is the message on that song. But essentially, he's missed the mark, yeah. And I understand that he's evolving as an artist. He's very, very, very brand sensitive. Adekunle Gold is very brand sensitive. Trust me, very brand sensitive. He knows that in a way that everything is calculated, every move is calculated, but to the point where he got so calculated into his visuals and his branding. And trust me, it's been exquisite over time. His fashion sense is his aura, the statements he has been making just visually in a lot of ways has been evolving from where he was as an artist. So it's got so calculated to the point that he kind of missed the mark. He and his team or people, whoever the producer is or the director is for this one, kind of missed the mark on that point. So yeah, there's that, right? There's that happened. And there's another layer of a conversation now that about this almost traditional or this need or this knee-jerk reaction for many Afrobeat artists to embed a lot of Africanism or things that really visually stimulates what the West thinks of what Africa is. And again, it is Africa at the end of the day. Like at the end of the day, this is our culture in a lot of ways. So I'm not saying that we should now frown upon anything traditional or to complain that, oh, we're getting too traditional. We're going back into the Ifas and our own local what's the term, mythology and gods and everything. Like if that one happens, I don't think it's a bad thing, because at the end of the day, that's still Africa, right? That's still real. Like at the end of the day, it's still real Africa, right? So in a way, there's one thing that you want to keep. You want to keep the African identity there. But in another angle, there's this need, there's this urge, there's this way of looking at Africa that we know how the West views Africa. So when you think of how the West views Africa versus how we are not carrying ourselves, in a lot of ways, it can feel like we are pandering, bro. Like it can look like we are pandering, and we've seen an influx of that quote unquote pandering, especially when we started getting into the Grammy conversations. Because I really think we can have good visuals, can have good moments without trying to force the Africanism image. Not to say that it's a bad thing, because I'm not on that train of thought, because it's another conversation. I think it's demonic. I'm not subscribed to that mindset. I'm not, and I'm a Christian. I would say this. It's the same kind of conversation people were having when Beyonce mentioned Ifa or praised Ifa in some context, and immediately she became a Satan. And and right now, Afrobeats has been getting that look too. Like Illuminati shouts, Illuminati comparisons. Go on TikTok. There's people that have sat down and had breakdowns. For me, I'm not going to get into debates or any kind of analytics with anyone that believes that this is devil worshipping. If you believe it's devil worshipping, I'm not going to even try and like these people actually that subscribed into a cult, that a secret society somewhere that wants certain images being put in so many ways, and that conspiracy mindset. Hey, listen, if you believe that, that's all good. I don't. Okay, and we don't need to convince each other. Okay, we can keep on moving. We can be good. We can be straight. But there's that line of accusations coming up now, and for me, like, it just shows. It might sound cheeky, but it just shows that the audience is paying attention. One, okay, the audience is paying attention, and two, it's good, bro. Once things get so big, people will try to make sense of it getting big, and one of these conspiracies is one of those ways that it makes sense to people when you're seeing things that are being, especially once you're having Western influence on things, people try to make sense and connect dots in their heads. And this is one of their ways of making sense of the very, very, like, straight up, immediate, like, aggressive growth that the scene has been seeing. And it's still growing. Like, I don't think we're even all the way there yet. But to be getting the Illuminati shouts right now is indication that, yeah, there's some level of growth. Yeah, they're challenging what has been in Nigerian society to be tame, to be moral, to be modest. Now they're challenging all those things, and obviously there will be conclusions like this that would come. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. But anyway, I said all that to say, man. Adekunle go missed the mark with this one, not going to lie. Definitely had an opportunity to make it a lot more party endearing moment. But meanwhile, he's so brand calculated that he is leaning towards this aesthetic so quickly. And then is giving outsiders a lot more arsenal for this stupid ass rhetoric that he is sitting down and copying BURNA'S moves and branding and everything. It's ridiculous because these people have the same face structure and hairstyle that BURNA already has a monopoly on virtually everything. It's easy to compare both of them because of the already natural similarities that they have. They are both Afropop artists with similar body structure and hairdo. So now everything must be the same thing, bro. Anyway, it's ridiculous, but he has given them so much arsenal right now with this video, man. And it's such a dumb take. It's such a dumb thing to sit down and compare. Because at the end of the day, they're artists and they're expressing themselves one way or the other. And nothing is even new under the sun. Even if there was some level of similarities there, why are we surprised if you can pull that parallel amongst everybody? We're all wearing t-shirts. Why is everybody not wearing t-shirts? Like, it's so ridiculous, man. Anyway, we are done with this video. Adekunle Gold, let's keep partying on the stop. There's so many conversations around this video. I'm curious where you land on all the topics. And anyway, that's been this one.